Yo, man, welcome back, gang. It's your boy Dusty Mike. Welcome back to another video of my series Anime Lessons Applied to My Art Journey. The series where I combined anime and art and figure out what kind of lessons I can take from anime to apply to my journey towards becoming a full-time self-employed artist together with you guys. Today I want to yap a little bit about something real personal, and I thought this personal matter might serve someone out there who is going through some sort of the same things that I'm going through right now. So what I want to talk about today is letting go. As you can tell, I will be speaking from an artist's perspective and also a content creator's perspective. You can take these lessons and apply them to whatever angle you are seeing your life from. For me, it will be letting go of things similar to likes, views, streaming numbers, art sales, letting go of what we think we should be able to control. Sometimes we even need to let go of our own definition of success. Because as an artist, especially when you are chasing full-time independence, you are bound to one day hitting a wall. It's impossible to avoid. It might be in form of slow growth, comparison, self-doubt. I've hit that wall many times, bro, and I still am to this day. To this day! But all hope isn't lost for neither me or you watching this video. You see, I want to share some of my favorite anime characters who also encountered this issue and actually illustrate what it means to letting go. Also releasing control and trusting the process itself, because those things can all be the turning point for you. So buckle in, gang. This video is about process over metrics, about art over algorithm, about you over what if I fail. Alright, let's get it. First, I want to talk about the reality of the wall itself. If you're working on your art or your YouTube channel or your brand as a whole, your position in your sports, whatever it could be, you will reach a moment of stagnation. When things feel like they're frozen in time, maybe you stop uploading to certain formats. For me, you could say I stopped uploading on YouTube Shorts. And it was because they brought in the wrong kind of subs I wanted, the wrong audience that I was looking for. And it actually messed with my engagement. Suddenly, my normal videos now only get around 20 views when they used to get around 200 and 300 views. When I deleted all my short videos, I felt like I was doing something right because it made sense for me. Like, it made sense for me and my channel. When you're seeing it from a non-biased view, I did everything right. But I still didn't get the response I hoped for. My videos are still stuck getting only 20 views, despite me doing everything in my power to do what was right. That is the wall. And the big question is, why does this happen? Because when things like this happen, we start to dive even deeper into the things we can't control. We start to shift our focus completely to those things. The algorithm, the likes, the audience we hope to reach. And when that shift happens, we lose sight of the purpose, the process, the inner story within ourselves to why we even create in the first place. Like, it all just starts to get blurry when we shift our focus. For me, as an anime-inspired artist who is documenting his journey towards becoming a full-time artist, the trick I'm learning right now is simply to control the things you can. Your craft, your schedule, your voice, and release the things you can't control. Views, likes, instant gratification. And when you do that, that's when you start to change the game. It's way easier said than done, though. Let me just say, sometimes I still find myself obsessing over the numbers and other things that I can't control. In anime as well, there are characters who keep hitting walls, but they implement the skill of letting go. And I will give you some strong examples of that. But first I want to talk about what does letting go truly means. I did give a short explanation of it. It goes way deeper than that. Letting go doesn't just mean giving up. And letting go doesn't mean you need to stop caring at all. It means you stop clinging on to the outcomes you define as success. You stop measuring your self-worth by the algorithm's cold numbers. Instead, you need to anchor your self-worth in your process, in your identity as an artist or an athlete or filmmaker. You can choose your subject, your time, and the quality of whatever work you're doing, but you cannot control how it will be received. I spent almost 6 months on a painting, and the way it was received wasn't as good as I hoped for. The canvas frame I made for that artwork, though, received way more recognition than I even hoped for, than I even imagined the painting itself would get. You see, you cannot control the external factors. You cannot control other people's opinions. Letting go of comparison. It's tempting to look at other artists' work. And by that I also mean other content creators' views and products and collaborations and sponsors. And it's easy to feel like you need to match the beat. But comparison is a disease of creativity if you don't know how to use it. Comparison is a tool and you need to learn how to use it. Otherwise, it will consume you. Letting go of the myth of an overnight success. If you're chasing prints, original artworks, YouTube, brand deals, you are actually brand building. You're building something more than a one-time hit. You're building a foundation. It takes time. Your apartment or your room you're sitting in right now is part of a bigger house, of a bigger building. And that building also has a foundation. It all didn't just spawn in overnight. It probably took years to build. But one of the most important ones is letting go of fear. The fear of failing and the fear of not being seen, of not reaching your ideal number. Fear keeps you stuck at the start line. Letting go means facing that fear and taking another step anyways. I've made a whole video about this topic. If you want to learn more about letting go of fear and overcoming your fear, check out this video after this one. When I say release control, I'm not saying don't care about the metrics at all. Don't look at them at all. I'm not saying that. I'm saying care more about what's in your power. An example for me could be, I'll make 3 large original paintings, and to these paintings I'll also produce maybe 10 or 15 sets of limited edition prints. Those are all things within my power. Whether they sell tonight or next month or even in this year, that's not within my control. That's outside of my control. I can't even completely control when my artworks will be finished, but what I can control is that I show up every day, that I deliver quality, and also that I make sure to share my story while I'm doing it. The rest is up to the process. And when you're able to anchor in those things I just mentioned, you're already free. And now here are some anime characters whose journey all align with the theme of letting go. First, we have one of my favorite anime characters of all time, Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. Edward's journey begins with a desperate attempt to control fate and life itself. Together with his brother Alphonse, he uses alchemy to try and bring back his mom. And the entire plot for the story is about the consequences that entails trying to control what you were never meant to control. And jumping all the way to the end of the story, he ends up letting go of his alchemy, which alchemy throughout the whole story was a huge symbol of control. He does this to save his brother, the only loved one he had left in this world. And the lesson this brings forth is, sometimes you need to release what you think is your greatest asset. Also, you're able to grow and move forward. And to boil it down to what this could mean for you and me, we might cling on to a platform, for example, YouTube, or a certain format, which could be reels or shorts, or maybe even full videos like this one. Sometimes we believe these are our power to win. Like making videos, for example, could be our power to win. But that isn't true. We need to let go of that idea. When we release that, it frees up energy. Energy for all the tasks and the journey behind the scenes. The craft, the story, the growth. Second character is a fan favorite across the whole world, to be honest. We're talking about Rock Lee from Naruto. And Rock Lee is basically the perfect embodiment of trusting the process and letting go when everything feels out of your hands. In a world where the strongest of his kind rely on ninjutsu or genjutsu, he has none of that. And yes, he could have quit early on when all his classmates told him to, or when all the kids were bullying him because he wasn't able to use ninjutsu. But instead, he doubles down. He doubles down on what's within his control. Relentless training, discipline, raw self-belief, my G. Before Rock Lee got absolutely hoed, his whole character arc was a love letter to process-based growth. When he faces Gaara in the Chunin exam, yes, he takes an L, but the fight itself became legendary. Ask any anime fan out there, I bet your ass. I believe every single one of them got Gaara versus Rock Lee in their top 10 fights. And it all was because how far Rock Lee's dedication took him. Later, after his injury, after that fight, he was told, hey bro, you might never be able to fight again. And even after that, he still doesn't give up. He surrenders his illusion over the control of the outcome. And he decides to focus all of his energy into what he can do today. One more push-up, one more kick, one more try, bro. So the artist's parallel to this would be, for example, me. My videos only get 20 views. Or for example, when my art doesn't sell. That could also be an example. That's my fight against my version of Gata. I might lose the scrap, but Rock Lee taught me, trust the grind. I don't know, that sounded crazy. Focus on what you can train. Focus on what you can improve. Focus on what you can refine. I just need to let the rest go, because the process is the victory. The fact that I'm even trying is the victory itself. And the last but not least, Eren Yeager. Eren's journey is probably the most complex exploration of letting go and surrendering and control in all of shonen anime as a whole. Early on in his journey, he's consumed by the desire to control fate, to destroy all titans, as he keeps saying, to rewrite destiny through sheer willpower. But as the story unfolds, he realizes his freedom isn't absolute, and him clinging to control only breeds more suffering. In the later arcs, Eren's character becomes this tragic study of what happens when someone can't let go, when his obsession overtakes empathy. But within all of that, there's a deep message. Even with immense power, the world itself will never bend to your will. You have to choose, you must choose what kind of person you want to be within those limits. As creators or just creative people, we keep striving towards our versions of freedom. Total creative control, total success, total validation from all aspects in our lives. And Eren shows the danger of letting that desire consume you. Freedom as an artist and in art in general isn't about controlling everything. It's about accepting the uncertainty. It's about moving forward anyway. When you let go of the illusion of control, you make space for authenticity. So to wrap this up, you might be sitting in your living room or in your bedroom, watching this video feeling like you got your back against the wall. Maybe you feel unseen. Maybe your efforts just don't seem to match your goals right now. I feel you. You're not alone. I'm right there too, to be honest. But I think that's okay, because hitting the wall doesn't mean we've failed. It only means we're human, all of us. And it means we're growing. We're still growing. It means we're all doing something meaningful. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to feel this way right now. You as a football player, a basketball player, a singer, whatever it could be, I promise you, you have a story worth showing. Your prints, your originals, your music, your football skills, your dunks, whatever it could be. Keep creating. They matter because you matter. The process matters. The small steps matter. The days where no one watches, the days where you upload a video, no views, the days where you don't feel like getting out of bed, the days where you come home from work exhausted, you still show up, you still pick up the brush, you still pick up the microphone, you still hit record. Those days matter the most. Those are your building blocks. So release what you can't control, gang. Hold tight to what you can though. Keep creating, keep telling your story. I believe in you, and I also believe in this art journey. And I believe when you lean into the process, the audience, the prints, the original artworks, whatever it could be, everything else will align. And not necessarily on your timeline, but definitely on your path. Hey man, thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for lending me your ears. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me more than you know in my dream towards making art full time and finally quitting my 9-to-5 job. If you're new here, consider subscribing, man. It's free. We're building this story together, so if you want to be part of that, you're more than welcome. Also leave a comment in the comment section below, man. What is your current wall? What do you feel like you need to let go of? Let me know all of that in the comments. Alright man, it's been your boy Dusty Mike. As always, remember to take care out there. It's a crazy world, but still remember to stay beautiful. Alright gang, much love. Peace.